Hi, my name's Lisa. I work for Huon Valley Council. Last year in 2019 we had bushfires that affected the Huon Valley, and we're coming into another bushfire season and we need to make sure that we're ready for our pets. And today I'm just going to run through some tips and ideas for you to be able to make sure you've got your pack ready to go if you need to. You just need to think about what animals you have, what their favourite toys are, what they like to eat, and have a little plastic tub that you can put all that into and have it as a grab and go tub for if you need to evacuate. So we'll start with some basics. For a dog, it's a decent collar and lead. Make sure that your registration tag is on that collar. They're obviously their favourite toys, and just put what they would like to play with because it also comforts them. So then obviously a crate appropriate to the size of the animal, some dog bowls, some cat bowls, a little scoop for picking up either dog poo or cat poo or for kitty litter. Obviously then you need to have food for your animal. Ziploc bags are great because you can pack up a day's worth. Make sure that in your grab and go kit you've got at least 7 days worth. Also a couple of bottles of water is a good idea. First aid kit, definitely just have some filter back is good. It's a zinc based cream, so something like that. Some betadine, some gauze, and probably some band-aids for yourself. Birds, obviously they are in their own bird cage, but make sure you pack bird seed for them. Again, water, again, any medications that they need, and also what you clean the bottom of the cage with. So larger animals, obviously it's very, very much the same. Make sure that you've got your food packed. With horses and domestic animals that you can transport in a float, it's a good idea to have your kit in a wheelie bin because you can just wheel it up into the horse float and then just strap it down and it's there. In that you would put things like rugs, spare rugs, obviously a first aid kit. So you'd have some decent feed buckets. Make sure you've got a few because you might not be able to access feed buckets. Make sure you've packed hay. But make sure you've got a decent halter and lead rope. And the same will apply for other domesticated animals such as goats. One thing we do try to teach people is to make sure that they get their animals used to being either in a trailer or a horse float so that they can be transported easily. So one thing that is very important is to make sure that you train your animals to either go in a crate or go in a cage to be transported, so that it will work when you need it to work. Everybody down in the Huon Valley has their favourite chickens, so they need to be evacuated. You'll need to do some preparing of chickens. So we've got a little cage here. When you're travelling anywhere through evacuation, make sure that you do label your cages with something. This is a little container. You need probably one of those for water and then something for your feed as well. So in your emergency kit, as I said, pack some water and also enough food that's going to do them for at least 3 days, if not longer. Chickens are very affected by heat, so make sure that you don't put them into cages and then leave them on the back of a trailer or somewhere where it is hot because they won't cope with the heat. Council has some information sheets and you're more than welcome to pop into Council and grab some from customer service, or you can give Council a ring and we can post you out some. So there's just a little information sheet on what to pack for larger animals, what to pack for domestic animals, smaller animals, and then we've made up this card that actually gives us, this one, information on the back about the owner and the animal. So on the front it says this card is for, and you can put your animal's name. So this card would be for Bella, my Kelpie. On the back, I'd have my name, my address, a contact number, and then an alternative number. So then we've got the pet's name, male or female, is the animal desexed, who is the vet that takes care of your pet, and then very importantly, the microchip number, and then allergies and medications. So you can list all this, you can put it in your grab and go when your animal's in an evacuation centre or something. You can actually pin it to the cage, the crate, and that way other people who might be looking after your animal if you're not there can look after it. So there we go, that's just a few short tips on how to prepare for emergencies and your animals. Just make sure that your kit is packed beforehand, make sure that your animals are used to being in a crate, and make sure that when you are ready to go, you don't panic and you stay calm and your animals will stay calm. And that's it from me. Thank you.